and welcome to Factfile. This is a production of Yoane Iwaha, Nigeria, and the quest for secure school environment. At the height of incessant kidnappings of school children, the Safe Schools Initiative was introduced in Nigeria on May 7, 2014, during the World Economic Forum on Africa held in Abuja. As a matter of fact, the trigger was the incredible abduction of over 200 schoolgirls in Chibok, Bornu State, by Boko Haram. The Safe Schools Initiative at the initial stage was funded by Nigerian business leaders, the Global Business Coalition for Education, in conjunction with the Office of the UN Special Envoy for Global Education. Funding commenced with an initial $10 million fund to pilot the project in northern Nigeria. Areas of focus include safe environment for students, as well as to provide alternative education in displacement camps. The project continued to receive funds both within Nigeria and from well-meaning international bodies. After all said and done, the big question for Nigeria is, despite the huge sums of money committed into the Safe School Initiative, why have secondary schools continued to be vulnerable to attacks and the unending massive abduction of students? The recent series of kidnappings of students across the country indeed can be said to be a pointer to the ineffectiveness of the Safe School project. Criminals have continued to see educational institutions as soft targets for attacks and to use the poor students as ransom to make quick money. While the National Assembly is probing the failure of the Safe School Initiative, the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, ASSETS, has urged the federal government to establish a special squad to safeguard schools across the country. The union, which said the call became urgent, described the unending abductions of school children as a major threat to education. Let's examine this morning the renewed calls to safeguard school environment. What should be the composition of the Special Protection Squad? Is it a call in the right direction? For your contributions, please call 0912-423-0865. 0912-423-0865. You can also send your comments to our X platform, and that is at Ray Power Network. Remember to turn down the volume of your radio or turn it off completely for smooth conversation this morning. Are we live? YouTube?
No, we're not live yet. They're going to upload it.
Okay. A very good morning once more and welcome to Factfile. Over a decade ago, after the Safe School Initiative was launched in the wake of the 2014 Chibok schoolgirls abduction, many Nigerians are still asking a difficult question. Why are our schools still under attack? The initiative was at first created to make schools safer, to protect learners and teachers and ensure that children could continue their education even in conflict-affected communities. They attracted funding from the Nigerian government, private sector, international development partners, yet incidents of school kidnappings and attacks have continued to expose serious gaps in school security. Now, the Senate has expanded its investigation into the funding, implementation, and accountability of the Safe Schools Initiative, while stakeholders are demanding for stronger measures to protect schools across the country. But really, when we talk about safe school, what exactly does it really mean? Is it just having fences around these schools or having security guards, positioned in strategic positions in these schools? It definitely means that, it's going to be a learning environment where students and teachers can study without fear, supported by effective intelligence gathering and all that and all that. But now, why exactly do we still have criminals, seeing schools as easy targets? What exactly should the proposed Special Protection Squad look like? And what practical steps can governments, communities, and parents take to make every school a truly safe place for learning? Let's have your thoughts. Join this national discourse. 0912-423-0865. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Factfile.
Good morning and happy new week to you.
Same to you.
Yeah, coming out of question again from Nigeria, Lagos.
All right, go ahead, please.
Talking about security, everything concerning security is local. And there was one time we discussed issue like this or topic like this, where we said you cannot remove hand of the local, the traditional rulers, the youth organizations in various communities. Carry them along if you want to survive in this insecurity ravaging our country. We're talking about schools. When you go to some schools, in your forum, you made mention of maybe the only fence or putting a guide in the field. Fence is also crucial. Aside from Lagos State, that all schools, primary school and secondary schools, they have fence and it's helping them. Go to other schools, go to other states. You will find those schools. You are even seeing, if they even sign that this is school. Let them do the needful first. Let all schools be fenced. Then have a security guard at the gate. Then now involve the traditional rulers. Now involve the youth. You now follow my thought that everything called security will be nipped in the bud. Concerning this, go and check very well.
Okay.
Information come from the local. The people were the ones giving them information, but when you carry them along and the initial, then you now be surviving there. Without involving the locals, I don't think we are ready to win the war in concerning security, particularly in the area of schools. Let them take this advantage, then we get good results.
All right, then. Thank you so much for your contribution. However, I would like to add, or I would like to say or refute that claim that only Lagos has schools, with fences around. We've got schools in Oyo with fences. We've got schools across, all the states in Nigeria with fences. Might not be all, but then I know I have actually been to, if not 16 states in Nigeria, and I've been to schools with fences. So I'd like to, correct that, notion. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is
Hello.
Yeah. The thing you're bringing is very important because
I think that should be the network. Please do well to call us back 0912-423-0865. 0912-423-0865. Remember to turn down the volume of your radio or you turn it off completely for smooth and of course real-time conversation. That is the number for you to call to be a part of the show. We are also on WhatsApp. You can also send us a WhatsApp message to the number 0912-423-0865. 0912-423-0865. That is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to this morning. Let's have your reaction. So what exactly should Nigeria do Should Nigeria establish a special school protection squad? What lessons we learned from the past attacks? Hello, good morning, and welcome to Factfile. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? All right, and if you're India, you're most welcome. Go ahead, please. Oh, and if you're India, your network seems to be very unstable. We can hardly hear what you're saying. Please go to us back, or switch networks, or maybe change location. 0912-423-0865. Anybody is here from Ikeja, and it says the school should never become a place where parents fear dropping off their children. Government must deploy trained security personnel and install surveillance systems in vulnerable schools. All right, joining us this morning is Shola Adigun, President, Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools. A very good morning to you and welcome to Factfile. All right, let's get right into it. You're asking for special protection squad for secondary schools. Can you shed more light on how this will work?
Thank you very much for this unique opportunity. What we will not deny the fact that insecurity in education families, particularly education institutions, is an alarming most recent time in Nigeria. And also discover that oftentimes this country leaders have stood up to address some issues that were affecting us at a particular time and point in time. You discover when we are facing the issue of drug trafficking, government intervened. That was why there was this introduction of NDIA. When corruption was the challenge we're having, so we are still having it up now. Then, government, training, to institute EFCC and ICT. So that's why we make suggestions. Because when we allow education to be apart, when we allow our children and teachers to be afraid of going to school, then the country is standing on a very dangerous point. And what are we trying to say? We are talking about special, small people that will be employed, just like the federal government, through Mr. President, have approved the equipment of 28,000. And so we are asking that such intervention should come. A special guide that will be made for education institutions to guide us, train. So this is our vision. It's not going to be we are getting personnel from states which all the time they are telling us that they are short of personnel. So if they are short of personnel, we cannot make suggestions to the government that in schools you have police stations. So we are asking that our phones are all full of self-employed, agile youth that have passion for this country. They can be trained, especially to protect our schools, the property, and the staff and students in these educational institutions.
All right. If you say that the police are already complaining of shortage of personnel, what should the composition of the squad? What should be the composition of the squad? Is it from established security forces, military, Navy, Air Force, or are they going to create something special for them?
What we are suggesting, because I want to see that the special corps
let's now ask about the existing Safe School initiative. Your association ideally should be involved in the arrangement. Why is it not working for you? The existing Safe School initiative.
Yeah.
Yes, your association should ideally be involved in the arrangement. Why exactly is it not working for you?
This is the initiative, the school protection score. This is the score drawn from the police and the net and civil defense. We are not trained to how to act. All we have to do is to contribute our quota by imparting knowledge into our students and making useful suggestions. Being the men of the state, making useful suggestions on how education and the welfare of our members can be well improved. So we are not part of that score. But we discover that it of not existence that is complaining about being short staff cannot have special squad that will be effective. And evidently think that this squad is not effective. If we don't have them in all our schools across the country, and I want to put it to you that the kidnapping, terrorism attacks that are being reported on Nigeria are less than what is happening on daily basis across the country.
All right then, let's have your chart to the nation on secured environment for school children.
It's a challenge for every one of us. Not like we said, and we are being standing on that. The government should do the input, then all other stakeholders should not only wait for the time. The parents, the students, my colleagues, the teachers, and the community, all of us, we should stand to be our brother keepers. When we see ugly things, when we suspect things that are not normal, then we need not to harbor anything that can endanger the life and the security of our environment, particularly the school's environment. So it is a collaborative effort of everyone. However, the government has to have the political will to drive this vehicle of making sure that all our schools are well secured.
All right, Shola, thank you so much for coming on Factfile and of course sharing your insights on this national discourse. We sincerely appreciate you.
Thank you for you.
All right, that was President, Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, Shola Adigo, giving us an insight on what will be, good and what exactly should be recommended for this particular incessant insecurity and, the plague that we're being faced with when it comes to safe schools in Nigeria, asking for special protection squad for secondary schools. We're still having your reactions, 0912-423-0865. I would definitely love to hear from you. A very good morning to you and welcome to Factfile. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? All right, Femi from Songwater. A very good morning to you. You're welcome to Factfile.
Thank you, the man that just spoke now, the academic, the secondary school. Okay, thank you so much. You have spoken to them a lot, and I want to also add to what you have said. You see, you have spoken well, but I think the federal government is also doing something. There's something that the federal government has just recently done that can, at least, can solve this problem of our secondary schools. by the state government has approved the state police, and it is left for the governor of each state getting his state police ready. And this work, the work of securing the secondary schools, should be probably the work of the state police. And these state police are the ones that directly from the state government that will now recruit people. That is not the police that has already been down already. They have to have a new recruit from this state police. And already there are already a form organization that can also handle things like Peace Corps, things like Yellow Wall, things like Amotekun, things like Lagos State Neighborhood Watch. All these establishments have already been in place, of which within a twinkling of the eye, the state government can come together and allow people to form a state police or recruit new ones and train them on how to guard our secondary schools. So a bold step taken by the federal government by the approval of the state police. So this is not so. The state police should be 100% up-notch to secure our secondary primary schools.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. 0912-423-0865. 0912-423-0865. I'm still taking your reactions as well via WhatsApp 0912-423-0865. Talking about reactions, Daniel from Yanaba says technology can help. CCTV cameras, drones, and emergency tracking systems should be introduced where necessary. All right. Abdul says security is everybody's responsibility. Residents should report strange faces instead of waiting until something bad happens. Okay. Who else is here? Every Nigerian child deserves to go to school without fear. Safe schools shouldn't be a promise on paper. It should be the reality in every community. Ngozi from Abuja. 0912-423-0865. That is the number to call to be part of the show. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Factfile. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from. Oh, that should be the network. Please do well to call us back at 0912-423-0865. That is the number for you to call to be a part of the show. Moving on to having other messages. Security is important, but intelligence gathering is even more important. We need to stop attacks before they happen. All right, this is from Zainab. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Factfile. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from. All right, Corridor from Ilogo. You're most welcome.
It requires local issues. All these questions in the first thing you should be for the average man or at the school, your government. Those who are coming to attack the school, they are not coming in one or two. They are coming in numbers. So now tell me, with the security or even fight in the target school, how will this stop this action? So at least all of us will be conscious. 1. 2. The road leads that this is the school. Ask people there. So where are we? What are we doing? Those people speaking across the road, what are we doing? That's another one. There's this particular meeting, I think if you have it in Ghana, and if you have it in a company, it's very tall topic.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Joining us now is a security expert, John Agbo. Thank you so much for coming on Factfile. A very good morning to you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get right into it in less than 2 minutes. I know that you're based in the north. right? Could you please give us an insight into the workings of the Safe School Initiative? How is it helping to provide, safe environment for learning?
Okay, my firm participated in the training, operative from my firm participated in the training for the Safe School Initiative, anchored majorly by the Civil Defense, where the operatives underwent intensive training for school protection. And I would say that it's a good initiative, and some measure of success were recorded. However, from my own experience, they are concentrated in urban centers, and that is not where the real issues are. The real issues are in the urban spaces, in rural spaces, down inside the north. So you will discover that the spread of this Safe School Initiative does not cover all those areas. And I think this is where they need to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize this new school initiative. I don't think there's a need for a new scheme. I think that should just be drafted so that the spread, the coverage, cut across all parts of the country, especially in the rural area. That's my take on that.
Okay. Well, because of time, please can you give your charge to the government and parents on collaborations that can produce a safe environment for children to learn?
So I think that any school that does not have a security network, a security system around it, should just be closed down as it is, especially in the hinterlands of the northern part, in fringes to our border with other countries where we all know are flashpoints. There should be a security system, and it should involve local chiefs, it should involve members of the community as well as vigilante organization. And their concentration should be intelligence gathering. It should not be it should not be something that they will be reactive. It should be preventive. So my take is that they should focus more on intelligence gathering, and that will go a long way to help them.
All right, John Agbo, thank you so much for your time on Factfile and, of course, your contribution to this national discourse. We sincerely appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was security expert John Agbo lending his voice on this national discourse. Well, this is the much we can take on Factfile, a production of Yewande Iwoha. My name is Olani Rajushini. Do stay with your number one independent radio station with FM. Good morning.